If you think this movie's trying to follow in the footsteps from those of the past, you'd be mistaken. And that's a good thing. What's going on, everyone? This is Ray's View, and today we're talking about Lara Croft Tomb Raider, a franchise that has been near and dear to me for some time. I do have to say, this movie threw me completely off guard. I really did not expect what we got, and that was it's a good thing. It's really good. It's very down to earth. It's nothing like what we had in the past. The first thing people always ask me is, how does she stack up to Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider? And I think that's almost an unfair question, because that was that old school video game style film that was over the top. I mean, Angelina Jolie is a vixen, and this is very down to earth, very humble. She comes from humble beginnings. It's almost just like Batman Begins was to Batman and Robin with George Clooney. I think that's a very fair comparison. This is almost like Lara Croft Begins. It even gets to a point where I'm starting to expect that she's going to run into Ra's al Ghul, you know? He trained the Croft. Psh, psh, a direct mirror image of the Croft. Psh, psh. No, but there are two completely ways they approach this character. And I gotta give Alicia Vikander a lot of credit, because she put on, I think, 12 pounds of muscle. She is in shape. I mean, there's a part in this movie where she shows her six-pack on. You can hear a collective gasp between everyone in the theater. It's like, God, she's jacked. I was very impressed. She definitely approached the role with an intense physique, and I think, you know, they show that throughout the film. She does a lot of MMA fighting and grappling, so action-wise, it was on point. What I really liked about this film was, I think they did a good job of translating the video game to the screen. Where in the video game, when you think about it, a lot of the aspects of the action are kind of simple. It's crossing a river on a log, but it's still very monumental, and they do a good job of bringing those action pieces to the film, so you still get the true innate nature of Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Now, from humble beginnings, and you get to see that progression. I think that's very necessary to this character. We always just see her coming in guns ablaze and tearing up everything, but in this, you really get to see her process of how she gets to that level. And when the movie where this movie ends is, you know, we're at that Lara Croft that we know very well, and really it makes me want to see more. I want to see where they take this character. I want another movie. Hopefully we get a third. As terms of the other performances, Walter Goggins is in this, and he's one of my favorite actors. If you watch Vice Principals, Sons of Anarchy, any of those shows that he's in, he is a phenomenal actor. And because I love him so much, that when he showed up on screen, I didn't realize that he was a villain. So the entire time I'm watching him, I'm like, oh, come on, my guy. What are you doing? Why are you being so mean? Dude. And then by the end of it, I realized, oh, he's a bad guy. And that doesn't take anything away from his performance, because he does do a great job in this as well, like he does in everything. That I would really take away from this film is, after I watched it and I thought about the plot, I was kind of like, it wasn't too great, but they do a good job of bringing that national treasure genre film aspect to this, where, you know, it is basically a mystery, and they do take that mythology aspect of it and they bring in modern day science, so it's very believable and very realistic, which I really appreciated. But that overarching plot could be better. Yet and still, I thought it was a very fun film. The action had me on the edge of my seat. There were definitely some emotional moments that were very gripping. I really did have a fun time watching this film, and I do hope that we get a sequel or possibly a third. I'm not sure how it's doing in the box office right now. Really, the main takeaway from this movie for me is that it gives me a lot of hope for the video game to film transition genre. I think the last video game movie that came out was Assassin's Creed, ironically played by Michael Fassbender, her husband, and that was just trash. This is definitely a lot better than that. It might be the best video game movie that I've seen yet, and even still that, I'm gonna give this a 6.8 out of 10. It's not, I didn't come out loving it, but I definitely came intrigued. I liked it a lot. It makes me hopeful for a sequel. Potentially, this could be a great trilogy. It also just gives me a lot of hope for other video game movies. Like maybe we can get an Uncharted film or a Last of Us film, and I think those would transition really well. I left this film feeling very, very hopeful for the future, and very pleased. So if you're looking for just a fun action movie, I definitely recommend checking this out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe. Until the next time.